Autumn season in Japan is not always going to be beautiful. Here are 5 things nobody tells you about autumn season here in the land of the rising sun. So if you're planning to come to Japan during the months of October, November, and early December, this video is for you. Plus, if you stick until the end of this video, I'll give you one important thing you need to know before planning your autumn itinerary. So let's talk about the first one. Autumn is usually the start of the flu or influenza season here in Japan. So for me, I always make it a point to have the influenza vaccine sometime like end of October just to protect myself from the rising cases of influenza here. And if you are planning to come over to Japan during autumn season, it would also be good to have yourself vaccinated before coming here because influenza cases really rise in this season. In fact, in my workplace, a lot of students have contracted the influenza virus and had to skip classes. Some classes even were canceled, like the whole class. All students were advised to go home, stay at home for a couple of days, maximum a week, just to, get some rest in order to stop the spread of the virus. So that's one. Now, second is when it's starting to get cold here in Japan, I noticed that my scalp tends to be very itchy and the dandruff situation is really alarming. Like if I scratch my head or touch my hair, I notice some snowflakes falling over to my shoulders, and it's really embarrassing, especially when I'm wearing a suit to work. When I'm wearing something really dark and black, the flakes are very visible. But I think it's not very serious if you're planning to come over to Japan, because who would dare take notice of your dandruff? And I think it's not very major. The influenza is more serious than the dandruff, but still I'd like you to know that if you're planning to stay here long term, it's probably a thing that might happen and might last you a long time until February or March the succeeding year. And because of the dandruff situation, I always use this anti-dandruff shampoo. It's actually medicated. It's not readily available here in Japan, so I made sure to bring some over from the Philippines. This is the product that I'm using. It contains 20 milligrams of ketoconazole. This one is very effective in battling my itchy scalp and dandruff, but if you do have this one, I think it's not advisable to use it on a daily basis. So what I do, I just use this like every Wednesdays and Fridays because I think it might be too strong as well. It might exacerbate, but yeah, it might worsen the situation. So make sure to consult a dermatologist or a specialist to help you out. Here in Japan, they don't have this one readily available, but in the Philippines, we have this in all drugstores and we can buy it without any prescription. So yeah, and now for the third thing that you need to know before coming over to Japan during the autumn season, it's something maybe disgusting for some, but I notice when it becomes colder here in Japan, I tend to have occasional nosebleed. It doesn't really like drip outside my nostrils, but when I peek my nose, I notice that there's like blood coming out. So I believe that because of maybe the humidity, it may be too dry, so the nose insides become too dry as well, and the veins there are quite, sensitive or maybe too thin veins or the vessels. We need to be careful, and if you have really like sensitive nose, it would be a good thing to be cautious when you come over to Japan during this like cold season, especially if you're coming from a tropical place. Like me, I'm from the Philippines. We don't really have autumn, so my body tends to like adjust, and I do experience occasional nose bleedings. And now for the fourth one, which is related to the third, I also like notice, especially when it's autumn, I usually wake up with a very dry and itchy throat. And sometimes I feel like there's like a lump formation inside, and it gets me paranoid. I don't have a humidifier in my room, and I use the heater for some time, and I think it tends to dry up my room that much. It's becoming like the humidity is too low, I believe. So if you are planning to stay in Japan long term and during this season, if you also feel the same thing, I highly recommend you find a good humidifier to help you avoid this very uncomfortable situation of waking up with a sore, itchy, dry throat. So for me, I actually don't know a good brand of humidifier. So for people who have stayed in Japan for a long time, or for people who live in a different cold country, please comment your suggestions on what humidifier you've been using and is of good quality. I'm looking forward to knowing your suggestions, so the comment section is open for your recommendations. The last thing, the fifth one, I always notice that somehow somehow taints the beauty of the autumn vibe, the autumn leaves. You notice this like beautiful ginkgo trees with the like bright yellow leaves. If you walk under these ginkgo trees, you would notice that there's like a very foul smell in the air. And at first I thought like someone dumped somewhere, maybe the fruit of such ginkgo tree that fall on the ground, and when people step on them, they secrete this fluid, or maybe the odor comes from that fruit. And I find it very disgusting and very smelly. So despite, the beauty of the ginkgo trees along the side of the street, like in a highway, they're really beautiful to look at, but the smell is like, it makes you question like, where is the smell coming from? I don't know if it's just me, but yeah, I find it really smelly. It's weird though, because I've seen some old people early in the morning picking up the seeds of those fruit that come from the ginkgo trees. I don't know what they do with the seeds, but why are they like collecting them? If you do know, please let me know in the comments. Yeah, that was the fifth one, but since you stuck out until the end of this video, the bonus thing that I'd like you to be cautious of when you come to Japan during the autumn season is the increasing number of bear sightings. The local government has alerted the residents and even the tourists of increasing number of bear sightings, especially during the early morning or sometime at night, because it tends to get darker earlier these days. So yeah, if you're coming over to Kyoto, especially the Arashiyama area, the mountainous area, try to be careful, and people are advised to use bear bells when they go hiking or trekking to repel bears in the area if they are like there. I find it quite cute because some of the students, when they go to school, bells are attached to their randosiru, their bags, and when they walk to school, it's like it makes a clinging sound. It's like maybe annoying to some, but I don't know, I find it cute. People are advised to also bring bear sprays in case they get acquainted with a bear, and these might be not very serious for you, but I don't think it's really comfortable to travel then have the influenza virus, because it's somehow going to affect your stay in Japan, especially in Kyoto. And also it might be something serious if you take the influenza virus back to your country. So it's better to be safe than sorry. How about there in your country? What things somehow distort the beautiful image of autumn season? Let me know in the comments. And if you are interested in more sit-down conversations or vlogs about Japan, you can watch the other videos in this playlist. Here, I don't know. But yeah, mata ne!